What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about my mission and my goals as a content creator, and specifically for my Pokemon TCG content here on YouTube, on Celio's Network, and also on my Twitch channel, all of the Pokemon TCG content that's happening over there, and a little bit about my Patreon and my personal life and things like that. I haven't done this kind of update video for quite a while, and I really wanted to try out this new setting. I've got no green screen. It's just me and my camera and my room, and I wanted to try this out because I think it makes the video a little bit more intimate. I've struggled in the past, and I've said these things before, with doing this kind of just free-form talking to the camera but with a green screen behind me. I really don't like that, and I don't feel authentic, and I don't feel like myself when I'm doing that. So this is a lot more chill. I feel relaxed in this scene, so I hope you guys feel that as well. And if you're new here and you've somehow stumbled upon this as your first video of mine, my name is Luke, and I've been playing the Pokemon trading card game my whole life. I just recently graduated from grad school with a master's in mental health counseling, and I'm currently finishing up my internship hours for that. So I am starting my full-time content creation journey in August once I finish those internship hours I just referenced. And a lot of this, most of what I'm talking about today is because I'm starting full-time content creation in August, and I'm basically doing it right now until then, but really diving headfirst into it as soon as August hits. And a lot of this is because of that happening. So I've never really talked about what my mission is as a content creator, and I'm sure there's plenty of successful people that never do, but I feel like my mission and my goals are very important, and I wrote them down for myself and thought it would be something that you guys would enjoy hearing as well. I already shared the Google Doc that all of this is written in with my patrons, and I'll be glancing over at that Google Doc a little bit just to give myself an outline and keep myself on topic. But I will probably be tweeting it as like a twit longer on Twitter when this video goes out as well. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. My mission as a content creator, my vision and my goals, and all of the above. So thanks for coming by for this video. It might be a little bit long, but that's what we're going to talk about today. So my mission as a content creator, as Celio's Network, is to enable more people to enjoy, to play, and or to compete in the Pokemon trading card game. And I'll get into that in just a minute on why that's my mission. But my vision is to help the Pokemon TCG reach a broad audience and help it be the premier strategic trading card game. Real life, online, both, whatever one. I think that the Pokemon TCG is a great game, and I'd love to see the Pokemon TCG being enjoyed in all ways, not just PTCGO, not just competitive standard format, not just scalping products from Walmart. I'd like to see more people be able to get into retro formats. You know, there's been 20 plus years of formats, and there's technically like 4 formats every year because there's 4 sets released and the game changes a little bit with every set. Yet all you can really play on PTCGO is whatever the current standard format is, whatever the current expanded format is, and Legacy, which doesn't really have a large audience playing it. And I would like it to be more accessible, to have more information and more access to older format content as well. So that's something I'll talk about today. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my passion behind the Pokemon TCG and why the Pokemon TCG. And I've played so many games, card games, video games, chess, etc. And the Pokemon TCG has always felt unique to me. It doesn't feel like the mana-based games that are duplicates of Magic. It doesn't feel like other card games. So I've always loved the mechanics and the gameplay of Pokemon TCG. at its best and even at its average points, I think it's the best card game ever. And at its worst, it's still a good card game. So I'm trying to put myself out there and just do everything I can. So I'm investing in more equipment for the channel. And my patrons have helped a lot with that. Being a patron of mine has helped me, you know, get the overhead camera rig, the lights, new camera, another new camera that I'm getting, all this stuff that makes my content higher quality and lets me be able to do more things with my content. Another thing that I do want to talk about is, personally, I feel like I've always been looking for an alternative lifestyle. And by what I mean by that is I've always been looking for something that's the alternative to going into your job 5 days a week, working 8 hours a day. That's the job you got the college degree for. You get your benefits, and then you spend a couple hours on the weekend doing what you actually want to do. That's what I feel like the typical life is, because that's what the template has become. And I've always been striving to find an alternative, whether that was being in a band or being an actor or being a music teacher, some of my past things that I've wanted to do. And I remember being a little kid looking at Voltorb from Team Rocket Unlimited, the card, and thinking, like, I wish I could just, like, sell Pokemon cards. Because, like, when I was a kid, content creator wasn't a job. And if somebody had come up to me and said, hey, kid, you can talk on YouTube about Pokemon cards and that can be your job, I would have signed right there. I would have signed on the dotted line. But that wasn't a thing back then. So my earliest memory of wanting an alternative lifestyle was thinking, hey, it would be awesome to just sell Pokemon cards all day. Now, of course, that's a little different than what I'm actually doing now, what I want to do now, which is play the Pokemon card game, teach it to people, entertain people with it, compete in it, build decks, stuff like that. But that's my earliest memory of something like that. So I guess part of my mission as well, or part of what is going into my goals, is that I'm making Pokemon TCG content because I truly believe it is a great game. And I believe the Pokemon TCG at its highs and midpoints, probably not its current lows, but at its best, it is the best card game. And I truly believe that. And so I need to show everyone else that it is a great game. I've talked about this during streams and YouTube and Twitter and just chats with people, and even earlier, I've played a lot of games, and I currently play a lot of games. Some current ones that I enjoy are Teamfight Tactics. I'll even hop onto a little FPS action like on Valorant or something from time to time. And I dabble in other card games. I dabble in Magic. I dabble in Legends of Runeterra, Hearthstone, some of the more popular ones. But I truly love the Pokemon trading card game, and I think it is the best card game, and I want to spread it to everyone else and show them that it is a great game as well. Something that I noticed while trying to critically think about where to go with my content and my goals is that I always talk about how real-life Pokemon trading card game, actually playing with people, and playing old formats, and playing like your favorite formats and things like that, that's all better than playing Pokemon TCG online. I always talk about that. Yet, most of my content is Pokemon TCGO based, and most Pokemon trading card game content on the internet is PTCGO based. And that's because it's what's most accessible for content creators and also most accessible for the audience. So there are a lot of people interested in retro cards and old formats and things like that, and maybe even people out there that don't know yet that they would be interested in it, but it's not as accessible. So one of my goals is to help retro content and information and decks and knowledge be more accessible. Something that I changed on my Patreon right before starting this video is that my deck list spreadsheet is now free for everyone. You don't have to be a patron of mine anymore. My Patreon used to be $3. I'll get to that in a second, but my deck list spreadsheets, basically for battle styles, I have currently 29 different deck lists in it. So my deck list spreadsheet at any time has all of my up-to-date standard format deck lists in it, with a PTCGO export, the most recent update, and any notes if I have them. And previously, or for the past year or so, this was only available to all of my patrons, people who are paying to support my content. But I've been consuming a lot of content from Elon Musk, reading things and watching speeches and things. If you don't know, Elon Musk started Tesla and SpaceX. Well, Tesla, which is an insanely large company, insanely successful and rich, and is doing a lot of good in terms of progressing the advancement of electric cars. Tesla removed the patents from their design, so anybody can go and look at the blueprints for their designs because they don't want to stunt growth in the field. They don't want to like gatekeep information that could help the better of mankind. So this isn't as advanced as all that. This isn't as, you know, I'm not bettering mankind here. That's not what I'm trying to say by playing Pokemon cards. But I don't want to gatekeep my deck lists, especially when we have other resources like Play Limitless TCG. What's so special about mine that I have to gatekeep them? I'd rather, if people want to see what decks I'm working on and playing, I'd rather have that information open for everyone because I want the game to be as accessible as possible. It doesn't matter if you want to play competitive or fun or at league or at tournaments, online, at home, at a hobby shop, whatever. I want the game to be more accessible. And I felt like I was part of a problem anytime somebody would ask for a deck list, and I'd be put between, well, I don't want to share this because people paid to see these deck lists, but I do want to share it because I don't want to keep people from playing the game. So, like I said, I want all levels of Pokemon TCG to be accessible for everyone. So my deck list is a public post now pinned at the top of my Patreon, patreon.com/CeliosNetwork. So anyone can share, patreon.com/CeliosNetwork with a friend, and the pinned post public to read is the link to my Google Sheet of standard deck lists. So you can just share that with people now. And, you know, if people still want to support me or new people want to start supporting me, my Patreon will still have premium content with articles analyzing those deck lists, explaining their matchups and how to play them, and of course metagaming forecasts and just general how to become better and things that I've done, my failures, my successes, etc. So there will still be those premium article type content for my patrons, as well as a special Discord role, so you can submit deck lists and video game review videos, and also just have back and forth messaging with me whenever you want. Those are the perks of being a patron. But if you just want to come over and get the free deck lists, please feel free and tell your friends, because I want people to have these, you know, tested decks to play with so they can start seeing success or start practicing with competitive decks, whatever it is. And also another reason, like I started mentioning with Play Limitless, there's so many deck lists out there now that there's no reason for me to gatekeep mine and put it behind a paywall. Now, I will say, time to time, coming up to a very big tournament, like maybe the regional qualifiers of PC4, or when regionals come back, or worlds down the line, there may be times when I have a certain special, like 1, 2, or 3 deck lists behind a paywall until the tournament happens, because it's something that I don't want shared with the entire community, because it's a piece of, you know, it's a deck list or something that either I worked on or myself and a testing group worked on that could result in us doing very well at a tournament. So in those cases, I will still keep specific deck lists from time to time behind a paywall, but my mass deck list spreadsheet will be open free to the public. And if there's ever a time when there is a specific deck list that I keep behind a paywall, after that tournament happens, I will then just add it to the deck list, because the surprise factor is not there anymore. So I just want to be completely open with everyone. So I have goals here, and I'll just read them out real quick. And like I said, I will also tweet this Google Doc out, which I have my outline on. And it's not really, most of the things I'm talking about here are just free form off the top of my head, and I'm just looking at the headers on my Google Doc to remind myself what to talk about. So my goals are to successfully become a full-time content creator focusing on the Pokemon TCG. And the success here will be measured by if I can be financially stable off of just content creation, which will also include Patreon and coaching and things like that. And by the way, I'll be getting back to coaching early August at the very latest. I really do want to get back to coaching because I really enjoy it, but I don't want to give my clients, 75% of my effort right now. Goal number 2, and this is a huge one for me, is to grow the accessibility and community of retro PTCG and grow the amount of high quality retro content and bring new people solely into the game because of retro formats. Something like how you'll see Commander, the Magic the Gathering format of Commander is a casual only format, but it's massive. And there's YouTube channels that are absolutely massive about Commander formats because that's a really fun, like, tabletop format and play with your friends, and metas form locally and things like that. And kind of in the same vein as that, I want to see retro Pokemon TCG have its chance. So I'm going to probably be spending a lot of time and money trying to produce retro format content. A goal here I have is Pokemon TCG becomes an esport, and it's not necessarily, yes, the stamp of esport would be great, but this is one that I don't think will happen unless the Pokemon Company and TPCI themselves have the fire to, like, the fire behind them driving this to happen, because I do think it could happen very easily if the companies wanted it to. But I don't necessarily need the stamp of official esport. It's more so to help the game gain recognition, because an issue I see is that there's still people that just think the cards are for collecting and people don't play the game. So I kind of want to just get over that stigma, like, oh, you play the Pokemon card game, you don't just buy them and sell them. I kind of want to get over that hump. A goal here, I don't know if I should share this one, but I'm putting everything on the table. So I want to develop and grow a second YouTube channel with a variety of content, and then use that channel to generate more traffic into Pokemon TCG on this channel, if that happens. So some ideas are potentially like playing other Pokemon games and putting them on YouTube, like doing Nuzlocks, just personal talks, maybe about things that I've learned in college and life, things like that. Probably other video games, maybe even other card games. There's a card game called Flesh and Blood that I'm very interested in but have not tried out yet. So the idea and the goal is there to develop and grow a second YouTube channel to then generate more traffic to my original and to Pokemon TCG. But we'll have to see what my time management looks like come August, when I'm doing nothing but content creation, and if I have time to not sacrifice quality on this channel and on my Twitch and with my Patreon and with my clients, to actually start a quality second channel. And this goal, this last one, TPCI continues to see value in the Pokemon TCG content creators and supporting creators and create content themselves, and this is happening, but I want to see it continue to happen and happen more. TPCI, they're connecting with people like myself, with Andrew Mahone from Tricky Jim, with Azul GG, sending out product, like I'll be opening Chilling Rain product early on June 4th, which is 2 weeks before the street date, because TPCI sent me some, and I'll also be giving away product over on my Twitch on June 4th. But TPCI is doing things like that. They had Andrew Mahone on several times for like Pokemon TCG deck profiles on the official Pokemon channel, which was really great, and I would love to see more things like that as well. And I'm just trying to push the envelope of Pokemon TCG content creation, and I want to focus on spreading the word of the game with everyone, even if that means my channel becomes a little more casual, which it has become much more casual in the past year, and that has directly correlated with the channel growing and the channel doing better. But retro content is a big thing for me, because I think it's silly to have 22 plus years of formats of the card game, but we only ever create content for one of them. That idea just sounds silly. So I think we need to make it so that retro format content gets created more. So that's the gist of it. That's most of what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, I've been playing the Pokemon trading card game for a long time, and I want to help the community however I can. I also, like I said, I've always wanted to have some sort of alternative lifestyle, and content creation kind of just fell into my lap a few years ago when I had nothing else to do because I had stopped some of my other priorities abruptly. And I knew I was going to just talk about Pokemon TCG to my friends or to the wall or to whoever would listen. So I figured, why not upload it to YouTube? And that's how this all started. And things have been great with YouTube and Twitch. And of course, my sponsor, Potown Store, and all of the viewers. I've been really enjoying the past, especially the past year, year and a half, maybe two, of really finding my place as a content creator. And I'm just starting. So, like I said, I'm sure I left out some stuff. I'll have the Google Doc I mentioned that my patrons already saw. I'm going to put that on Twitter, and I'll leave a link in the description too. But just some of the main things to take away today. One is that my standard deck list spreadsheet's going to be free because I don't want to gatekeep information. My Patreon sounds a little backwards. I'm taking away the exclusivity of the deck list spreadsheet, but I'm also raising my Patreon subscription from $3 to $6. If you were already a $3 Patreon or patron, you're locked in at that. The new price is $6. I'm just kind of feeling this out. I've been told that I was undercharging for that subscription, but it is also just a way for you to support me if you choose to. But something holding me back from ever making it higher was I didn't want to gatekeep the spreadsheet even more of deck lists. So now that I'm making that public for everyone, I feel better to go ahead and try this price bump. But like I said, if you're already a patron, it is still $3 a month. And I super appreciate everyone that has been with me for the past year, and do not feel the need to up your patronage to $6 if you are already a $3 patron, because I super appreciate everything. It's just a way to connect with me on a different level because I have the premium articles and I have the open messaging, and I have you can vote for my content and give me content suggestions and submit deck techs and submit video game reviews, game video reviews. Like you can record your games on PTCGO and send them to me, and you've seen those videos on my YouTube and my Twitch. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, complaints, insults, philosophies, any good books you're reading right now, leave it in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching. We're almost at 4 years since I started this channel, and the first couple of years it was just kind of a fun thing, and it is still very fun, but I'm also trying to take this to the next level. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.